Yo, what's going on? Unruly here, and I had to do this review, and because I saw the film, and I'm like, man, I should review it. Like, should I review it? The movie's been out already, and it's late, but dude, holy horse! I just got back from watching Godzilla -1, and what an outstanding film! I just outright say it. This movie freaking rocked. It was amazing. It was like it's so wild too, because it's like like the movie is like fantastic, because what's amazing is the human characters. This is like one of the films that and you hear it in every review, right? But I'm going to say it again. You really care about every actor like in this film that is in the role. Like, they're very relatable. They have great just synergy. Like you're like, you root for every single one of them, and it just feels fantastic. Seeing these characters, and you're like, oh my goodness, because in most films you're just like, all right, let's get to come on, Godzilla, let's get to the destroying, right? And this film to me it's like Jaws. It's almost a flawless film. And a lot of people saying it's like the best Godzilla film, and I heard all these reviews, and I'm like, how good could it be, right? It's good. Like, it's a Godzilla movie. I've always seen some Godzillas, and they were just like, yeah, you want Godzilla just to wreck stuff, and like, how good can it be? And I'm like, is it really? And I'm like, it is that good. And it's what I think it is. It's the overall theme, right? Because it takes place during World War II, and it's a very much a underdog story, right? Because Japan has been just, they're getting kicked while they're down, right? They're down. It's after World War II. And what is actually really good about the film, you really in World War II films, it's always like USA, USA. But this one, you really get to see the aftermath, and you get to see like another version of World War II and how bad it was for Japan. And I think what really gets you on the side of the people of Japan, the characters, is because they're like, they've been getting they're knocked down, and now this, and you're just like, holy horse, bro, like, it's just getting worse. And I think it's a lot of that too with our heroes of the film. And it's just like, yeah, no, you get it. You can really relate. You've been knocked down, and you feel like you're just not adequate enough, and it just, you really hit home with these characters, and it's just like, I care about them. Like, I really want to see them live. And you're just like, and it, like, this to me, this, like, I haven't had this much, like, where I've been on the edge of my seat, and I've been really caring about, like, really rooting for the heroes, like, probably since Mad Max Fury Road. And it's just, yeah, like, it's just phenomenal. And I think that's a problem with a lot of Godzilla films, right? It's Godzilla, and then the human element sucks, and just like, okay, when is Godzilla coming? And man, I'm telling you, I teared up twice, and I think at the end there's like, I just cried. And I may do spoiler talk or something like that, but but man, and like, and like the theater was pretty full because it's Tuesday, and I am upset because I'm like, this movie's worth seeing opening night, right? I'm like, I'll go Tuesday, right, just to like test the water. And I'm like, man, I should have saw this opening night on a 40X or an IMAX. I'm like, give me this film in an IMAX, even though there's not a bunch of scenes that are really filled with Godzilla, but when they are, it's legit terrifying, man. It is terrifying. The creature looks horrible, and with his eyes, it looked like if, like, when you see Godzilla and you see his eyes, and it looked like if he turned to the camera, I'd be like, ah! I'd probably jump out of my seat, because it's terrifying, right? Because he's just got like this tunnel vision, but if he like turned to the camera, bro, I would have been, I would have thrown up my popcorn. And it was fantastic. And man, the sound, and when they do the original theme, just goosebumps. And I'm not the biggest Godzilla fan, but my God, when you hear the bum bum bum, you're like, damn. Like, this is like one of the movies that like I am ecstatic that I saw it in a theater. Like just the scene where he's, you know, destroying the beam, and I'm like, good Lord. I was just, wow. You felt the devastation. You felt like, man, I don't want him to beat up Japan. Like they're you know, they've been knocked down. But fantastic. And like, this made me so like, oh my God, I'm so stoked I'm seeing this in a theater. One of the last few times was when I saw the Batman, and when the Batmobile started up and the theater was shaking. Like, so me seeing this movie's amazing. It is fantastic. I'm gonna watch it again. And someone said 4DX, and I'm like, even though 4DX was super goofy when I saw it was Avatar, but I'm like, you know what? I would want to see this in 4DX when he's like, you know, like I wanted the hype beam and like, you know what? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go see this movie in 4DX at some point before it leaves theaters. And I absolutely, if this review gets to you before it leaves theaters, go watch it. Go watch it in theaters because it is phenomenal. And like, what else can I say? Like, and I heard it's coming out in black and white. I'm like, well, okay, I'll watch it a third time. I'm going to watch it in 4DX. And if it comes out in black and white, I'm going to watch it again. This movie was fantastic. It was done with a $15 million budget. And I think, and here's another thing before the interviews done, Hollywood has got to do something, bro. Hollywood has got to do something because, you know, what this movie did for $15 million is crazy. You know, of course you could see maybe like some CGI, but like, you're so invested that you're not like, oh, you know, like it's just because it's such a good film. And for what they did with that, I'm like, oh my goodness, right? It just makes me think, I'm like, $250 million to make these movies when this movie is $15 million and I'm at the edge of my seat, like tearing up. And then like, oh man, you know, like I wish I could have seen this day one with a bunch of Godzilla fans because we could give it a standing ovation and cheered, man. What a great film. I urge you to reconsider. I urge you to reconsider. But yeah, definitely watch it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I had to do this just to get some my thoughts. It was fantastic. But anyways, guys, thanks again. Yeah, hope you watch it and have a good one. Peace.